pluck this bird out and get him ready for the smoker. I pulled the wing bones off because there's really no sense in smoking them. They're probably just going to dry out, most likely going to dry out, and I'd rather make calls out of the wings. Alright, so here's our plucked out bird with the wings removed. Here's the wings to make wing bone calls. And came out pretty clean. Didn't even have to rinse it. That's ideal. I'll probably stuff some paper towels inside the chest cavity to absorb any extra blood in there, and then put it in a fresh, clean trash bag and put it right in this cooler that I brought full of ice. Okay, so some of y'all had asked about smoking turkey legs or just smoking turkey in general. He was just under 20 pounds live weight, so we'll say about a 10 to 15 pound dressed bird. I didn't weigh it, but the general rule I think is somewhere around a teaspoon per pound of meat of salt, and that depends on the type of salt and everything. I just go by feel, you know. I don't want to get too technical about it. Definitely don't want to add too much salt. If you don't add enough, you can always add more later, but if you add too much, you're kind of screwed. So I've got this salt and pepper mixture here. That's all I'm going to use. We'll be smoking this in a propane smoker. You can use any kind of smoker you want. So what I do is I rub salt and pepper, not so much on the outside of the skin, but with a turkey you can work your way under and get between the breast and the skin. Rub all that salt and pepper up there under the skin and spread it out as evenly as possible. And get the legs and thighs as best as you can. You can go ahead and put a little bit of salt and pepper inside the body cavity as well. That'll soak into the meat, because you can get a good bit of meat off the carcass here too. Not just the breast and the legs and thighs, but for those of y'all who are interested in just smoking the turkey legs, I'm going to do a pair of legs that I've got as well. I'm going to do them a little bit differently, but they're going in the same smoker. They've got the same rub on them, just a dry rub, real basic dry rub. I'll be using this Masterbuilt propane smoker. My wood chips of choice are black cherry. This actually came off a tree that was cut right here on the farm. I like black cherry for poultry and stuff. It's a more mild, sweet smoke flavor. And of course you can use hickory. That is the best. Okay, now I've got these on the rack. Normally I smoke the turkey the other way around, with the breast facing up, the way you usually see it, you know, with turkey being roasted or anything. It looks prettier, but I've noticed the juices will tend to flow towards the bottom as it cooks. The whole thing will be good, but it'll be most juicy towards the bottom, so I want the breast facing downwards. Now the reason I'm doing this late at night is because it's going to be smoking for at least 12 hours, and I want to be able to finish it off during the daytime. So I'm going to let it smoke overnight. I'm going to stay up with it for a little while and make sure everything's up to temp and stays at a good temp. Since it is a propane smoker, it's not electronic, I want to make sure it stays at a decent temperature before I leave it. So it's starting to smoke pretty good. I'll let the smoker box run out, and then I'll fill it up one more time. I think 2 rounds of smoke should be good enough. Temp's been hovering around 225, 230. I'd like to get it up to about 250, so I'm gonna heat up the other burner and bring it up to temp. I'll actually bring it up a little high, maybe up to 300 for a little bit, and then once I'm done smoking, I'll turn it back down. Okay, we're getting to the end of the second batch of wood chips. I got this good stuff. I'm gonna wrap these legs up so they don't dry out. Alright, make sure you wrap it up tight. Keep the juice in there for the legs. If you're just smoking the legs, the whole bird has got that skin on it. It'll keep it nice and juicy on the inside. I'm gonna give it a little more smoke, mainly for the big bird. Since it was running a little hot, turn one of these burners off, leave the other one on low. That should keep it around 250 or so for the rest of the night, and we'll check on it in the morning. Alright, after 14 hours, I say it is ready to go. That is smoked turkey legs. Alright, well, I did it. I recorded a bunch without my microphone turned on, so bear with me. But basically what I've done is I've carved the breast off of this turkey. I'm going to take one of them and I'm going to do something a little different with it. I've whipped up this Cajun seasoning here. I just googled a simple Cajun spice recipe and mixed it all together. This is going to be basically sliced lunch meat, Cajun turkey, which I love. One of my favorite lunch meats is sliced Cajun turkey, and this is smoked Cajun turkey, so that's even better. Did real nicely in Cajun seasoning. Okay, now that I've got this rubbed up, I'm going to just wrap it up in some plastic and let it sit in the fridge and let those spices really kind of soak in for a while, and then we'll go ahead and slice that later. The other one, I'm just going to keep it plain and cool it down before I slice it. Tenderloin fell right out of this one. That's okay. That'll be all for this video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed following me from killing the bird all the way up to plucking it, butchering it, smoking it, and now finally putting it on the plate. Check back with me. I'll have some more stuff coming up soon, but turkey season's winding down. I might try to go call for a couple of friends here in the next few days, but about time to go fishing, so hope y'all enjoyed. Thanks for watching.